Hello, beautiful souls. How are we doing today? Merry Tuesday. How are you guys doing today? Hello, Oz. Hello, DJ. And hello, everybody else. How are we doing? How is your Tuesday so far? I'm fantastic. Good. This is exactly what we want to hear. I'm glad you're doing so well. I'm feeling happy Tickle Me Tuesday. Yes, indeed. Gotcha. Yes, I'm equally feeling. I think yesterday we discovered, certainly in the stream, whilst we were having our talks and channeled sessions and revelations and such, that and our vibe check, obviously, the energy was feeling a little bit, not low, like it was bad, but just, I don't know, it was just feeling a little bit slow. And yeah, so when I finished the stream, I actually felt a bit excuse me, sorry, that's the tea. Felt a little bit like, it's not, I don't know what the right word is, because it's not, I was going to say like low vibrational, and that's not really right. It was just slow. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, like, I finished the stream, we raided Ruby, and we all just very chill, yeah, chill and slow, like, we were high vibrational, but slowly. I don't know what the right word is for it. It's been difficult to kind of pinpoint what this energy really is doing at the moment, because it's all so new, and we lack the language, don't we, to describe it, because we're in a new world now and there's no language to describe this stuff. A happy slow, yeah. So we raided Ruby and we were listening to her beautiful ASMR, and I was there for quite a while, lurking and listening and just chilling. And then I found myself going off and kind of just needed to sort of recede into myself a little bit and find things that brought me joy rather than doing something overly constructive, and after a couple of hours I felt that kind of lift, and I felt a bit better. Not that I felt bad, but you know what I mean. And kind of went to bed on that, and then woke up this morning not having had the best sleep, but I had a nap. Yeah, perhaps I could have done with that yesterday. I don't like to nap because I don't sleep very well at the moment at night, so I find if I nap then I sleep even less. So I try not to nap during the day. But yeah, this morning I felt like I sort of got out of bed, like, right, okay, let's go. Sorted out the VOD for YouTube from yesterday, and that's live now. So if you guys missed Mystical Monday and the collective reading and all the craziness that came out from yesterday's channeled sessions, it's up on YouTube now, so go check it out. Go subscribe to the YouTube channel and all that wonderful stuff. Slap the notification bell right in his little face. Yeah, so I did the thumbnail and stuff this morning, and I was listening to my tunes and feeling a bit more, dunno, sprightly, I suppose, today. So yeah, here we are. I'm feeling a bit more sprightly, a bit more alive. So we didn't do any vibe checks yesterday, like individual vibe checks. We just did a collective read. So I thought we would do some readings for viewers today, and kind of see where conversation takes us. Because yesterday it took us to some pretty dark places. I mean, I'll let you guys watch the VOD. All truths and all useful information and guidance, but it was a bit dark, a bit heavy, kind of talking about adrenochrome and the elite and what they get up to in their spare time and how they keep us all, or have done up until this point anyway, you know, subservient slaves. A lot of people like to talk about this stuff as if it's like conspiracy theories. People call them conspiracy theories, but really that people will only call them a conspiracy theory if they're what's the word, if they're skeptical of that information, whereas a lot of us recognize it as being truth. So I don't like to call it that, but that's basically what we were talking about, you know, a little bit yesterday. As well as the full moon energies that are approaching. We've got a full moon on the 28th, so in a couple of days. Full moon in Leo is on the approach. I thought it was a week away, but it's already the 26th. I don't know where the time's gone. Where's this month gone? So, yeah, in a couple of days, full moon in Leo. Leo being the home sign of the sun. Oh, Cosmic. Thank you so much for the follow, my lovely. Thank you, my love. Come join the Discord if you're not in there already. That's like the central hub for our community. Come get your cute little tush in there. But yeah, so full moon in Leo approaching, and right, yeah, Leo is the home sign of the sun. Divine masculine energy, very social and bright and creative. So you know we've got that approaching, but as it's accompanied with full moon energy, a lot of us are feeling a little bit heavy, I suppose, as we're reaching the end of this cycle. I've also noticed that you know, for the collective, we're purging a lot too. There's a lot of dreams, you know, when you fall asleep at night, like dreaming, that kind of dreaming, dreaming of the past, past situations, places, people, and that's indicative of the purge that we're currently doing. But you know, this is all part of full moon energy. I think it just feels a bit more intense because of where we're at right now in this phase. You know, I know I keep banging on about it, but we had the Great Conjunction on the 21st of December of last year, which was also the same day that we experienced the winter solstice. And with the Great Conjunction between Saturn and Jupiter, we experienced a huge level up. The veil, you know, of illusion was lifted, and we as a collective broke free of the shackles that we've been in for hundreds of years. It's about 800 years. So energy feels very different now to all of us, because obviously we haven't been alive for 800 years. We've only been alive for as long as we've been alive for, you know, a handful of years. So the energy that we've grown accustomed to, that we were born into, is now no longer relevant. this is completely brand new energy, and the world physically is going to change as a result. It's going to start to reflect this new energy that's come in, but we're right at the very beginning of it, so we're not going to see those changes really until next year. But we're certainly going to feel very different. If you don't feel different already, you will towards the middle of this year. 2022 is when we actually start to see the changes that are brewing right now. So, that's why full moon energy, new moon energy, astrological energy, etc., it's all going to feel very intense. And when we purge, it's going to be like the big purge, So you dreamt of family last night. I've written off for years now. Yeah, right, exactly. It's kind of like if your body, your energetic body is a barrel, right? If you've been doing the work, 2020 was kind of Spirit with his big spoon, sort of scooping out all of the crap that we no longer need out of the barrel, and now it's scraping out the last remnants out the bottom, leaving us empty vessels so that we can fill it with this new energy and fill it with things that serve us in a way that we want. So yeah, it's certainly not an indication that we need to rekindle these relationships or revisit, those places or stuff and things. It's just, it's still just hanging out in our system. It's lingering like baggage, and it needs to be cleaned out. And the only way for it to be cleaned out is for us to revisit it in our minds and to have a little think about it and make our peace with it. That's what it is, really. Hello, my lovely. How you doing? So, yeah, if energy's feeling a little bit intense, then, yeah, that's why. I missed yesterday's stream. I swear you were in yesterday's stream, weren't you? Yeah, I'm doing my best to stream more, because I haven't been for a variety of reasons. I moved and I was settling into where I am now, and this isn't the setup that I want, and so that made things a bit difficult, and there was a lot of things I needed to kind of make my peace with, and self-care, I think, was the aim of the game for a little while for me. I mean, it still is, of course, but I think I realised that I'm, streaming once a week is not supporting the community in the way that I want to. And it, among other things, I don't want to bore you with it, but yeah, I'm making a concerted effort to stream more often. I never liked that I was only streaming once a week. I never liked that. Ideally I'd be streaming like Monday to Friday. And I started doing that, but then I was just exhausted. So we'll see we'll see what happens. Out time through the dream, even though I never saw them, I had someone there reminding me that this was my past. They didn't really understand me and I didn't need them. Yeah, it's just revisiting those memories. It's like flicking through a photo album. That's kind of what it is. Where you flick through and you go, oh yeah, that was a thing, and like, oh, that was a thing, But then you close the photo album when you're done, and you don't really think about it again until the next time you open the book. It's kind of like that. I went through my old stories from Instagram. Yeah, Yeah, right. And it's a good way to take stock as well of where you are, why you are where you are, and it's an opportunity to express gratitude as well for the things that you've endured, the things you've experienced, the things you've been through to get to where you are. Whether you're happy with your situation right now or not, it's a journey. You know, the destination is death. You know, you learn as much as you can whilst you're here until class is over. It's not about getting somewhere right now whilst you're alive. It's about learning as much as you can. You know. Yeah, that's good, Oz. Oh, thank you, Earth. Yeah, I went a little bit short. I didn't mean to cut it so short, and I'm not a hairdresser, but uh, it was really bugging me because it was all like all in my face, and I hate having hair in my eyes. I just hate it. It looks nice, but I don't like constantly doing this, right, to get it out of my face. So I just got really pissed off with it the other day, and I just grabbed my scissors. I was just hacked it all off. So at least I won't need to cut it for a while. Stargazer, well, welcome. I swear I've seen you here before, or somebody's got a very similar name to you. Imposter. Imposter Stargazer. Well, it's good to have you here, my lovely. Come join the Discord if you're not in there already. I know I keep saying I sound like a broken record, but it's the central hub for our community, and I create... thank you, Oz. Oh, I was like, who's this troll? Why was... There were two words in that sentence, Earth, that were held back by Automod. One of them was bish, and the other one was so. And for yeah, but the word so, like S-O, it held back so. Thank you for the follow, Stargazer. Super appreciate that. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Well worth joining the Discord, my love, because I create on multiple platforms and I post all the links and things there in the Discord. So, you know, we have a YouTube channel. I'm on Instagram and Twitter. Twitter's like a stream of consciousness. Whenever I, you know, because I receive messages all the time. I channel all the time. So when I get some juicy bits, you know, from source, then I whip out my phone and throw it into Twitter. And you know, we've got merch, and we created new merch the other day that's live now. You know, all this good fun stuff, it all goes in the Discord, so that's the place to be. Yeah, it's my favourite song. I did think about this actually. I wonder if I'll get into trouble having that as my notification sound. I hope not, and I hope I don't have to change it, because we've literally had that notification sound for 4 years. It's not long enough. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, had it for years. It's like kind of become our thing now. Oh, thank you, Stargazer. That really means a lot. Because I do. I do put a lot of time and effort into like what I create, and I've set a pretty high standard based off of what I'm capable of, you know. And that really means a lot. Thank you. Fuck it. I'm gonna cry. I think sometimes I just sit and I look at what I've created and I'm like, fuck, I'm not trying hard enough, or I'm not I'm genuinely gonna cry. Oh shit. It's a very nice thing to say, thank you. Yeah, shit. You know, the stuff that goes on behind the scenes is like crazy. I'm always working. I'm always working. And like I don't sleep. You know? I'm always working on a video or a thumbnail or graphics for, you know, banners and for social media, or I'm photo editing, or I'm making social media posts, or I'm writing articles and blogs, or I'm recording a video, or I'm streaming. You know, I'm like a workaholic, you know, like I'm always doing something. And our communities, like, I mean, here on Twitch, we're 1,000. Oh, we're 1166, in fact. We're 1,166 followers strong. And in the Discord, we've got over 200 members now. And, like, running the Cosmos Collective community is extremely time consuming. And, you know, I don't want to. I cry every day. Do you know, I don't cry very often, actually, lately. I think this is not going to turn into a therapy session for Alice, because that's not what we're here for. But what I will say is I've noticed that since I've... Okay, this is going to sound dumb when I'm going to word this, but since I've become more steadfast and secure in myself, I cry less. And, I mean, if we say it like a year ago, I was still purging a lot of stuff. Everything that I'd been through was over. And it was like that calm after the storm kind of thing. And I did a lot of crying. I would cry every day, multiple times in a 24-hour period, and I was extremely unhappy. And I'm still enduring stuff, you know? I'm still experiencing things that don't sit well with me, that is a severe and intense learning curve. I'm still experiencing some stuff. And yeah, I don't cry about it. I don't cry about it. I'm just like... I just sort of sweep my hair over my shoulder and I'm like, right, let's just focus on what's next. Let's just keep moving forward. And I only thought about this really a couple of days ago, and I thought to myself, I probably should just sit and have a good fucking purge session, like a really good cry, go and get in the shower, cry some more, wash it all away, you know? But whenever I think it, I know there's never like a convenient time to cry, right? It just sort of catches you off guard. But that hasn't really happened for me, and so I'll sit and I'll like I'll watch those videos of like soldiers coming home to their dogs. And like stuff that makes me cry, you know, makes me cry for all the right reasons, and then I try and turn it into a cry that's for me, and I just stop crying. It just doesn't work. But then fucking Stargazer's like, I'm a fan now because it seems that you put in a lot of time and effort, and I'm like, oh my god. Is that all it takes? Oh, fucking hell. Oh, dear. Thank you, Stargazer. Less of a need to cry because you know who you are now more than ever. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. A year ago when I was crying all the time, I just felt very hopeless, and I felt very much like I had no control. And like I had no control over, excuse me, myself, let alone what was going on around me. Excuse me. Sarah McLachlan ASPs. I don't know what that is, but I guess that's your version of soldiers coming home to their dogs. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't know who I was. I definitely know who I am now, and I know my strength now. I found my strength, you know. Yeah, there's certain songs that set me off, for sure. And that's what happens when people lose control on any level. Yeah. Yeah, I think people that cry a lot are people who are insecure, you know, and that's most people. I mean, I still have, I mean, I know I've come a long way if I compare myself now to like who I was previously. Um, yes, I am doing readings today, Stargazer. Yeah, you can spend your channel points to redeem a vibe check reading. And I've improved vastly, you know, and I'm not going to sit here and say I never get insecure because that's just not true. I do have my moments of being like, ah, what's going on? Oh no, what does this mean for me? What am I going to do? You know, I do have those moments for sure. But I don't lose the plot when that happens. You know, I just sort of take a breath, I recognise that I'm feeling insecure, and then I'm like, right, is there really a problem here? Is this my ego just being overactive? I put myself into a higher perspective, and that's how I know I've grown. Everyone has work to do. Yeah, exactly. I definitely still have work to do. And it's interesting that, like, the phase that I'm in right now, I'm definitely learning, I'm still learning stuff. That's not going to make any sense to anyone who doesn't really know what's going on in my life right now. And I'm not going to sit here and go through all of my story or whatever, but I'm definitely learning stuff, even though it would seem that I've left a situation, but I'm still in one. It's just a different one. No, it doesn't. It really doesn't. It really doesn't. But I've definitely come to understand that anytime I'm feeling uncomfortable emotionally, I'm feeling sad or I'm feeling angry or I'm just feeling dissatisfied on any level, I'm learning. So I ask myself, okay, well, what am I learning? And then that stops me from feeling angry, or it stops me from feeling frustrated with the situation. Instead, I feel I'm still aware of the frustration or the emotion, the negative emotion that I'm not enjoying, but I recognize what I'm learning, or at least that I know I'm learning something, even if I haven't quite put my finger on it yet. So it's a lot more bearable. It gives direction for the emotion. Yeah, for sure. I hope everyone will get to know what it means to cry. Tears of bliss, put that on my crane. Earth, type that into the 1000 Cranes channel in the Discord. I don't have the cranes here. They're still back at my old place. And I'm not really able to fold them here because I've got nowhere to keep them, so that's why I don't have them here. So put that in the cranes channel, and then when I pick up that project again, and I will, I need to move. I need to get my own place so I have the space for them. So I have to pay with money instead of points to get a full reading. Yeah, if you want a full reading, then yeah, that's 1,000 bits or a £10 tip in the chat. I also do private readings where I record them and put them up on YouTube, and those are £33, and they're about an hour long. and I really dig into it for you. So the difference between a vibe check and full reading is the vibe check you redeem with your channel points, and that's one card, and that is just a general vibe check of what's going on with your energy right now. That's just one card. Time wise, that's could be 3 minutes long, or it could be 15 minutes long, depends on what I channel for you. A full reading could be anything up to an hour long here live on stream. And I've got all of my decks sat here in front of me, and I just keep pulling cards until, these are some of them, and I just keep pulling cards until Spirit has nothing left to tell you. So that's the difference between a full reading and like a vibe check. So it depends on what you feel you need right now, really. To be honest, a lot of people opt for the private full reading, because then I record it as a video, and then I upload it to YouTube as a private video, and then I send you a private link. So it's only you and I that get to see that reading, and anyone else who you might choose to give that link to. So if you wanted your friends to see the reading and get their opinion or something, then you could send the link to them. But essentially it's a private video, and once it's on YouTube, it's sat there forever, so you can revisit the information whenever you like. So most people opt for that because I think people just find that a bit more useful, a bit more permanent. And also with a private reading, because I know it's only you and I that are going to see it, I'm a lot more candid with the things that I relay. There are things that I do withhold in most readings, because Spirit doesn't discriminate, you know. Spirit doesn't get embarrassed, or it's all okay or none of it is kind of Spirit's attitude. So sometimes there's things that I tap into that I know is not appropriate for me to share here on Twitch. So I think that's another reason why a lot of people opt for the private recorded reading, because then you know that you're going to get absolutely everything. It's going to be unfiltered, and it's only you that's going to see it, you know. I do use Oracle decks, yeah. I very rarely use tarot these days, to be honest. Yo, it's that girl again. That's an awesome name. I like it. How you doing, my lovely? Welcome. Welcome to the Cosmos Collective. Come and throw yourself in the Discord. I keep saying the same thing over and over. But get yourself in the Discord, my lovely, because that's the... Oh shit, that girl. Yeah, that's like the central hub for our community, so that's the place to be. Hello, Paradox. How you doing, my love? Yeah, I don't really use tarot as much anymore. Sometimes I do in private readings, but I usually use Oracle decks. Yeah, the stack I've got in front of me, they're all Oracle decks. Reason being that a lot of the time, yeah, Stream Elements beat you to that. A lot of the time I find tarot is like using a sledgehammer to crack a walnut, overkill. Whereas Oracle cards are very gentle. They deliver messages in a bit more of a gentle way. And where I'm a very cutthroat reader, I just say it as it is. I don't mince my words. I'm just like... like, you fucking need to sort your shit out, you know. Tarot cards tend to, like, if I use tarot cards, then it's like a double whammy of fucking straight talk. And I think that can be a bit much for some people. So, Oracle cards kind of water it down a little bit. It makes it a bit easier. A bit gentler, a bit kinder. Thank you so much for the follow. I don't know what to call you. Shall I call you that girl? It sounds mean though, doesn't it? That girl. Thank you for the follow. Are you comfortable contacting a fallen angel? You mean a demon for me on Twitch or YouTube? In my experience of things of that nature, I prefer to do it in a ritualistic kind of sense. For my own protection, for your protection, for everybody else's protection. So I'd say no. I mean, also I've done that kind of work for people before, and I've learnt a lot. Like I used to, for example, I used to clear like demonic entities out of people's homes, and after a while I realised I just wasn't charging enough money. I'm going to be very blunt about that. I wasn't charging enough money for the aftermath that it caused me. So with things of that nature, I'm very interested in it, and I'm happy enough to do it. But you'd have to pay me well for me to do it, because I'm well aware of the potential repercussions. Once you reach out to lower level entities, you make yourself known to them, and it's difficult to banish them. It's possible, I've done it, but it's difficult to banish them and to really banish them. So if I'm going to put my shit on the line for you, then there's got to be a mutually beneficial agreement, you know, that needs to be established before I'll do that. I mean, to a degree, some of the things I've experienced, there's no amount of money that would quench that pain, you know. But oh, okay, that's cool. Oh, it sounds like you don't need me. If you're already in contact and he's showering you with all of these gifts, then you don't need me. It takes so much to build ourselves back up after that drain, opening up a portal. Yeah, closing the motherfucker is the thing, you know. But yeah, certainly not in front of people. I don't mind performing in front of people, but as a matter of safety, I would definitely not be performing those kinds of rituals on stream. But yeah, so let's have a look at our redemptions list and see if we've got anything going on in here. If there's anyone present. Earth, I've got you here, my lovely. I want to make a pact with him to make it official. I don't mean this to sound patronising, and it might, and I apologise for that. I really don't mean it to. Sometimes my Englishness really comes through and it makes me sound like I'm talking down to people, and I promise you I'm not. But you really got to fucking know what you're doing before you do something like that. And be very starkly aware of the repercussions of doing such a thing. Because chances are, when you make a pact with a lower level entity, when your body dies, your soul will become lost. And you won't make it back to source. And that's where you're meant to go. Yeah. You might eventually make it back, but it won't be a simple journey, as it is for many of us. It's a very dangerous thing to do. And you might feel like it's worth it now in life, because you get, as Oz put it, all of these riches raining down on you. But it's stuff and things. It's superficial bullshit. None of it's real. It's an illusion. This physical reality is an illusion. The only thing that's real is how you feel, is your emotions. That's actual reality. And when your body dies, that becomes abundantly clear. And a lot of souls who make these kinds of deals, they don't realise that until their body expires. And then they realise they can't go home. And they deeply regret what they've done in life. And you can't undo it. And the reason that they make these deals and pacts with us whilst we're in bodies is because they know that a lot of us are naive to that. They know that our life in the physical is exceptionally temporary. And they trick us with the promise of all this stuff. And they may well deliver it. But eternity is a long fucking time, my love. Your spirit guide would never be okay with such a thing. I can tell you that now. If you have a spirit guide that's telling you, yeah, make a pact, sell your soul, that's not your spirit guide. And hello, Ascension. How you doing, my love? Have you been in contact with souls who've made those types of pacts? Oh yeah. Begging me to help. Yeah. I can't do shit. I'm not the one who made the deal. For me, it's like watching a movie. I can't interact with it. All I can do is watch it unfold with horror. Can't do anything about it, Okay, right, Stargazer, I'm not gonna get into it with you. I'm really not. I know what I know, and you feel like you know what you know, and I feel like I know what I know, right? And I don't think we're gonna see eye to eye on this. I'm not gonna help you to make a pact. I'm not gonna do that, because even if you paid me £1 million, right? Even if you said that you were going to share these riches with me, and I would live in the lap of luxury for the rest of my natural born life, I still will not help you to do that. And that's not because I'm being a cunt. That's because I value what you are and your soul, and I do not want to be responsible for fucking up your soul's journey just because, in my opinion, you've become a little misguided. And I'm not judging you. I'm not. If you want to go ahead and do, you have free will, right? You have free will. You can do whatever you want. And if that's what you choose to do, that's totally cool. But I am not going to share that experience with you. And that's me using my free will. You know, I have free will. I can do certain things, and I have certain skills, and I'm choosing to use them for certain things, and that's one of the things that I'm choosing to not use them on. You know. So, barking up the wrong tree, I'm afraid, my love. I suggest, if you want to make this pact or whatever, that you figure out how to do it yourself, because I don't think you fully understand what it is that you're asking of someone, like, to help you to do it. There'd be repercussions for me too, and yeah, so I think this is just something that, this is a solo journey for you, I think, my love. You can do it yourself. I'm not going to tell you how to do it. But you can do it yourself through ritual. And I'm sure there's plenty of guides and stuff on Google that you could have a look at. Okay, fair enough. You know, good luck to you. I hope that you find your place in this world, and I hope that you find happiness, you know. I hope you find what you're looking for, whatever that is. But yeah, sure. Yeah, that girl. I feel mean calling you that. That girl. Yeah, meditation, for sure. That's the way to gain a conscious relationship with your guides. Definitely meditation. We were talking about this in yesterday's stream, actually. I mean, I'm always banging on about meditation and how if you know, meditation is really the answer to a lot of things. It's the answer to building up more self-esteem. Melinda, thank you, my lovely, for the follow. I super appreciate that. Welcome to the Cosmos Collective. Get your cute little tushy in the Discord if you're not in there already. Hello. How are you today, my love? But yeah, you know, meditation can bring you answers to everything. You know, all the questions that you have. Meditation can answer all of those questions. Yeah, you know, there's lots of guided meditations on YouTube. There's none in particular that I would recommend, but you know, because it depends on the person. You need to find something that's you need to, you know, because some guided meditations will, you know, it's guided, so it's somebody speaking, and not everybody's voice is going to work or sound as soothing, excuse me, to everybody. You know, it's not for everyone, so that's why I can't recommend a video in particular, but it's worth going and having a look on YouTube and see what you can find. I recommend finding a video that's no longer than maybe 20 minutes, 30 minutes long. I wouldn't, don't be like, I've never meditated before and I'm going to sit here for a whole hour. I'm going to sit here and, like Buddha beneath the Bodhi tree, and I'm going to reach enlightenment in my first sitting. You know, it you know, I'm not trying to, I'm really not trying to put people off, but it takes years to be able to meditate properly, you know. And usually the first ever time that you meditate, you're not really meditating, but you're teaching your brain how to reach a meditative state. And as with all things, practice is the key, which is why I'm saying go find a guided meditation, because at least that will guide you through the steps, and it will give you an idea as to what you need to be doing, you know, when you meditate. And after a while, you won't need the guided meditation. You just put on some nice music or something, and in your headphones, or maybe no music at all, maybe birdsong like we're listening to now, or rain sounds, or nothing at all. Everyone's different, but you find your own way to reach that meditative state. Like for me personally, I will lay or sit very comfortably, and I focus my energy, or my focus to the root chakra, and I become aware of the energy that's in my root chakra, and then I amplify it, and I visualize it like it's a light that glows brighter and brighter, and then I pull that energy up into the sacral chakra, and I do the same thing there, and then I pull it up to the solar plexus and do the same thing, and I keep going through the chakras until I hit the crown chakra, and then that light bursts. The amalgamation of all of the chakra energy is built into my crown, and it bursts out the top of my head like this bright beam of ultraviolet light that connects with source, and as it connects with source then draws its energy down into my body through the crown, and it comes down, and as it comes down and it hits the root, it bounces back up again where my energy is going up to meet it. So it creates what I like to call a flow cycle, where my energy is coming up and source energy is coming down, and as that's happening, it's cycling through, and it's like replenishing my chakras, and it realigns as it comes down. And then I kind of set that flow cycle on autopilot in the back of my mind. So then whilst this is happening on a physical level, my mind then leaves the body and goes wherever I want to go. If I want to meet with, I have a couple of different guides who like to meet me in different places, and this is something that I've learned. One of my guides likes to meet me in a forest. They're usually my spirit animal guides and totem animals. One of them is a meadow. That's where my current main guide likes to meet me. There's also a big wooden ship, like a big pirate ship, basically, on a very flat, calm ocean that I go to. And there's another guide who's no longer really that active with me, but we meet there sometimes whenever we need to talk. And you know, when you're in, when your body's flow cycling like this, now you're meditating. When your mind can drift and wander the cosmos, you're meditating. And it takes time to be able to do that. You know, I've been meditating for years, so now I can just, I could sit here right now and create that state within a minute, you know, but that's just because my brain has been trained to do that. For me, it took a couple of years, you know. For other people, it takes less time. For some people, it takes longer. It depends on you. Okay, I don't know if it's just me, but when I meditate and try to connect more with my guide, sometimes I feel strong energy building up and I get scared and it takes me out of the meditation. Also, after the last time, which was the strongest one, I had a dream that scared me away, it truly scared me, where I opened a door and it was just blackness and a force pulled me in. Yeah, I agree with Ascension. I think that's your ego trying to interpret things that's beyond its capability of understanding. The ego is a physical part of your brain. The soul is not it's not part of the physical world. You're just anchored within a physical body. So it's a bit of a silly example, but it's kind of like your body is a car, your ego is the steering wheel, and you are the soul. So the soul gets into the car to drive it, and you take over the steering wheel, but if you let go of the steering wheel, it kind of steers by itself. It's kind of like that. So if you view it this way, you know, the soul is not part of the car. Like, you're not part of the car, but you just get into it. So the ego is part of the car. The steering wheel is part of the car. You know. And it doesn't understand that it's being driven by somebody else. All it knows is being a steering wheel. That's all it knows. All it knows is being a body, being part of the physical reality. All it knows is the road, right? It knows nothing of the person holding the wheel. So it's trying to interpret exactly what Ascension said. You know, it's fear of the unknown. It's trying to interpret things that are wildly beyond its understanding, and it will never be able to understand this stuff, which is why you need to override it. So stick with it. You know, you're definitely making progress. Just stick with it. You know there's nothing to fear. Your ego doesn't know that, but it will learn that from you. As you continue your practice, you will, trust the process. Exactly, right. Continue your work, and you will reach a point where your ego will reach a point where it no longer feels the need to step up and protect you. It will just quietly drift into the background, as it should, and you are then free to explore the cosmos at your leisure. So keep at it. You are making progress. You have to give in. Yeah, exactly. You have to completely let go. You have to just... I mean, this might help you, right? When I first started meditating, I experienced similar kind of stuff, like similar fear. So I would create that flow cycle that I was talking about, and then instead of, like, now I'll go somewhere specific because I've built these places. Like, I am the architect of these places. I've built them, but before I'd built them, there was nowhere to go. I didn't know where to go. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know if someone was going to approach me or what. So what I would do was I would put myself in a bubble. And I'm sat like cross-legged or lotus style, you know, in this bubble. And the bubble is just floating through the galaxy. But I knew that I was protected within that bubble. Nothing can enter it unless I allow it to. I can't just drop out of the bubble. Like, the bubble really has me. It's solid, like thick glass. It's protective. It's so thick it will never smash, and like I say, nothing can get in unless I allow it to, and it will just float effortlessly around, and I knew that it would take me to wherever I need to go, and I'm completely safe inside it. I've absolutely nothing to fear whatsoever. Now I don't need the bubble because now I completely trust, completely let go. But having that bubble really, really helped me to understand that there was nothing to fear. So maybe try that. Get however you do it. For me, it's a flow cycle. However you do it, get yourself into that meditative state, and then just, you remember playing Sonic the Hedgehog? You know, when you like Sonic 2. And the shield. Do you remember? Like, did you play that game? with the shield that comes around you, and it makes that like wall sound. Right? I would hear that sound as the bubble comes out of me. It would just like come out of like my heart chakra, my solar plexus, and it would just go woo, like around me, and it would project around me like this, and then I would just float off up into the stars. And after doing that a couple of times, my guide started to step forward and sort of knock on the bubble, like, can I come in? And I'd be like, who are you? And I'm your guide. I'm like, oh shit, yeah, come in. Come sit with me. And we talk inside the bubble, floating through the cosmos in this bubble, just having a chat until it was time for me to go back to my body. So try that. Try hearing that sound, you know, because for me, I found that a very useful trigger. It was a very familiar sound. My ego and my brain had grabbed that sound and remembered it after playing that game as a teenager. That it was a very distinct sound that my brain could just conjure within my mind very clearly. And that really helped to reinforce that there is a bubble around me. Well, there is a bubble around me, I heard it. Yeah, you're welcome. I hope that helps you, my love. I really hope that helps you. I mean, it also helps to meditate regularly as well. Like, if you can do like 10 minutes every single day, that will just get you there that much quicker. It's, you know, the more practice that you put in, the more you're going to get out of it. So, but yeah, you know, I wish you all the best with it. You'll get there. It's just a matter of time, right? But you will get there. Okay, so Christian's not here. Earth, you redeemed a reading like last Monday. Do you want that reading now, or do you want to hold off and grab it at a time? Entirely up to you. And DJ, are you still here, my love? Hello, Earth to Earth, Earth to DJ. I don't know if you guys are even still here. Are you still here? Either way, you guys are in the queue, and I'll keep you in the queue until the end of the stream. So, but yeah, you know, if you guys want vibe check readings, you can redeem them with channel points, or you can drop 1,000 bits for a £10 tip into the chat for a full reading, where I'll just keep pulling cards until Spirit runs out of things to tell you. Yeah, do you like it? I thought we would go with something a little bit different, because we either listen to rain or we listen to ocean sounds. So I thought maybe... Excuse me. I thought maybe listening to some wind chimes and nature. There's a babbling brook as well. I don't know if you can hear that. It's quite quiet. It makes me think of one of the places that I like to go when I meditate, which is, it's like a Japanese style, very simple though, it's very small, it's just one square room, like a little mini pagoda, and it's got 3 walls and one of the walls is missing, and it's sitting on stilts in the middle of a lake, really big lake. And there's a Japanese styled bridge that goes from the edge of the lake across the water to this pagoda, and the lake is very still, and there's lots of it's basically a Japanese garden, so there's lots of flora and fauna, and there's lots of birds, and there's wind chimes hanging from the pagoda, like the corners of the pagoda, and there's massive koi like this, really brightly coloured, like gold and silver and red, like scarlet red coloured koi swimming around in the water, and the water's crystal clear, and there's little like mini little waterfalls and things and decorative rocks and stuff in this lake. So it's like a big Japanese lake, you know, with little bridges and cherry blossoms, and they're just floating in the breeze, you know, and some of the cherry blossoms are coming off the tree very beautifully and just landing in the water and floating, and there's lots of colour, and there's birds in the undergrowth and stuff, and I'm just sat in the pagoda facing out with the walls and the wall behind me, to the side of me and behind me, and I'm just sat at the edge, and I've got wind chimes here. I'm just looking out over this beautiful lake with the koi swimming around by me, and I'm just listening to these beautiful sounds and just resting, not really thinking about anything, just meditating. And that's one of my favourite places to go when I meditate. I just go and sit in that pagoda, and quite often when I sit in that pagoda, there's different, I'm going to say people. They take the form of people, but they're not really. They're like elemental spirits that take the form of people when I'm there, and they just come and sit next to me, and we have a conversation, but without words. It's like it goes on in our minds, like telepathy. It's just so peaceful. Rain and Ocean still my they're still my favourite for sure. But yeah, just fancied something a little bit different today. And like I say, these sounds makes me think of my little pagoda, and that's the thing that I love about meditation so much, is like I mentioned this a minute ago, that you are the architect, and you can create any landscape you like. You can create any environment that you like for you to sit in, and call it a room in your mind palace, right? That's what I like to call it. You can have a little mind palace. So when I create my flow cycle, then I'll go and step into the main corridor in my mind palace, and the corridor has all of these different doors, and each door opens to a different environment. So I'll walk down the corridor and I'll choose an environment to go and sit in, and one of the doors I'll open it out, and there's what I've just described. There's the Japanese garden, and I step out onto the bridge, and if I follow the bridge it'll take me to the pagoda, and then the next door along takes me to what I call the meadow, which is a meadow with this big tree in the middle of it that I go and sit under. There's another door that takes me to the forest, which is like this huge fairy forest, and it has these trees in it that are just gigantic, and each door opens out to a different environment. And some of the doors, like I've placed doors in that corridor that don't lead anywhere currently, because they're just blank environments that I haven't made anything yet. So I know that basically all of the doors on the left don't really go anywhere yet, but well, one or two of them do. but there's another 3 doors that I've created that don't go anywhere yet. So if I open it, it's just a void. It's like grey. It's not black for me. Void isn't black to me. It's like grey. It's like silver. And I can step out there, but there's just nothing there. But then I'll start building. So maybe I'll think, well, I want, I don't know, I want to create like a rainforest environment or something. So I start just sort of doing this to the floor, if you could call it a floor, and I just start pulling up like plants and trees and stuff, and you're the architect. You can create anything that you want, absolutely anything. You want a pink sky, you got it. You want blue grass, go for it. You want like talking caterpillars, do it. You know, you can do anything you want. That's what I love about meditation. You can just create at will. And when you come back from that, it's currently 2:33, by the way, 33 minutes past the hour. When you come back from meditating, and you know you're back in your body in this physical world, and you open your eyes and you're like, oh, you really just feel like you can do anything. You're like, well, in that world I can just think of something and there it is. I can do that here. It works a little bit differently, but essentially it is the same. I can do that same thing. I can visualize something and there it is. It doesn't just pop up in front of me, because that's not how the physical world works. But I can think of something like a ham sandwich. I don't know, for me, I'm vegan, so I wouldn't eat a ham sandwich. Let's say a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, right? There we go. There's something I can eat as vegan. Peanut butter and jelly sandwich, right? So I think to myself, I want a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Well, I can go to the kitchen and I can manifest it. There you go. Now I have a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, right? It works differently, but I've still manifested something that I desired. I mean, and meditating and creating these kinds of environments really hits home when you're back in your body and you're awake, that anything is possible. You can have anything that you want. You just need to have the right environment, the right ingredients. You need to give yourself the right opportunity. Limitless, exactly right. Yeah, completely limitless. Okay, on that note, I need the bathroom, and I think I'm gonna have a cheeky little smoke break too. So we'll be back in like 5 or 10 minutes. I'm not gonna bullshit you, it might be 10 minutes. So here is your opportunity, you guys. Have a little stretch. We have been going for about an hour and a half now, so have a little stretch. Stretch your little leggies, get yourself out of your chair. Go and get a drink and a snack and stuff. Visit the bathroom and all that good stuff. Make sure that you hydrate, you guys. We've got a full moon in a couple of days, so excuse me. Go and get a snack. Go and get some chocolate, okay? Spoil yourself. And we'll be back in a handful of minutes. Okay, we're back. We're back. Noodlin, hello my lovely. How are you doing? It's good to see you, my love. Oh, it's very cold outside. So I have a fresh mint tea in my Sacral Chakra mug. I hope you guys have a fresh drink as well. I'm going to take another break soon because pasta will be ready and I'm getting really hungry. Oh, you have a nice hot coffee. Awesome. So yeah. Ooh, pasta. Yeah, I haven't had pasta for a couple of days. I was just really feeling it. I went downstairs into the kitchen and put the kettle on and I was rummaging through the cupboards. I was like, I think it's pasta time. I've also been like really into cereal just lately. It's funny, isn't it, how you kind of go around having phases of eating different foods. Oh no, that's okay, thank you, Oz. George is being a little kitchen minion right now and he's making pasta for us both. Thank you though. Yeah, I've been eating a lot of cereal lately. I've got a box of Frosted Flakes. They're really good. I've just been eating so much of them, I've nearly finished the box. So, I think what we'll do is we will choose a card as our talisman card for the day. I think that would be a good thing to do. So, let's see what deck. Yeah, I think we'll go with this one. So a little talisman card for the collective for the day. I know we had our proper collective vibe check yesterday for Mystical Monday, but this is something that I like to do each day. I don't do it every day, but most days I'll just choose a deck, I'll see which one speaks to me that morning, and I'll breakfast for dinner mood. Oh, dude, waffles, pancakes and oatmeal with nuts. That sounds really good. Oh, okay. And I'll choose a card, or a card will choose me, as the case may be, and I'll just sit it on my desk for the day, and it just kind of reminds me what I need to be doing that day, you know, energetically. So we have crystals, focus. That's another thing, actually. That's just made me think. I haven't done much crystal work just lately. So I think this is something that maybe we should all do today. So if you're into crystals, you have a crystal collection, have a little rummage through your crystals today and see which one speaks to you, and just sit that in your workspace. Sit that in front of you or put it in your pocket, carry it around with you for the day. And let it boost you in the way that it does, you know, in whichever way it sees fit. But focus. So I think this is speaking to whatever it is that you put your mind to today. Just really focus on it. Don't get distracted from your task. So yeah, I'm going to keep this on my desk for the rest of the day to remind me. This isn't just for me, this is for everybody, by the way. This is for everyone, but for me, I'm just going to sit it on my desk. In fact, I'll put it here just in case anyone wants to screenshot it. Yeah, I find it particularly useful. Crystals focus. It keeps me focused, you know, it keeps me focused on whatever energy is around me that day. I find it very useful. So that's our theme card for the day. Crystals, Focus. Start doing some crystal work today. Or if you don't have any crystals, and maybe it's something that you've been a little bit interested in, maybe have a look around on the internet and see what crystal speaks to you, and purchase one. You know, a lot of crystals you can pick up for as little as like $5, you know, including the postage. And start doing some crystal work, start meditating with your crystals, that kind of thing. Something else that I do is, wrong one, my gauge, I switch them out for different healing crystals. Like this one I've got in at the moment is amethyst, which funnily enough is purple. And it helps you to focus on dream work and meditation work. So every week I'll switch it out for something else, and so I'm carrying a crystal around with me all the time. It's influencing me all the time because it's literally sat in my ear. So yeah, just little things like that I find helps, you know, with your spiritual work, you know, helps to give you a little boost. So I think we might end. I think we might wrap up the stream. There's not really much going on today, and I was ready to do readings and vibe checks and things, but I guess there's not many people in the collective that really feel that they need it right now, which is fine. So we'll probably come back to this tomorrow. I am planning on streaming every day through until Friday. That might change depending on the day and what work comes my way. But as it stands right now, I feel like that's something that we'll be doing. Very chill today. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Nothing negative in that at all. You know, we were talking yesterday about how the full moon energy. Holy Yoda moment. What? What did I miss? Full moon energy is inbound, and in 2 days, so on the 28th, we have full moon in Leo, and we're definitely being influenced by that full moon energy now. I think we're currently on a 92% waxing moon. 94%, it was 92 when I woke up. Oh, right. Very chill today, it feels. Right, I get you. Yeah, we're in a gibbous phase moon, 94% waxing, and we're in the sign of Cancer, so it's very watery and emotional, family orientated too. I'm not talking about blood family, soul family orientated. So I guess, you know, like we were talking about this yesterday, but it does feel like perhaps a lot of people within the collective today have kind of taken heed of either the messages that came through yesterday in yesterday's reading, or just of the energy in general. That it does feel very chill. It's slowed down, and it's a time for introspection. So I think we'll pass the energy on. So we'll raid Ruby. Again, she is currently live, doing her beautiful ASMR, probably with her singing bowls and things. Let's have a look. See what she's doing. Oh no, she's doing ASMR with her binaural microphone. So let's raid her. Let's go get some lovely, beautiful, relaxing vibes. Woo woo! All aboard the raid train, everybody. let's give Ruby a hello, a very warm Cosmos Collective hello. Get ready to wave your cosmic teacups around in the chat at her, and we. Oh, apparently it's my 11-month streamversary. Yeah, I will see you guys tomorrow, hopefully. If you haven't joined the Discord already, get your cute little tushies in there. And yes, get ready with your cosmic teacups. And thank you, Oz. Yeah, get yourself in the Discord. Those of you who are watching on YouTube, all the links are in the description below to all of my various social medias, and get yourself in the Discord and look out for the link for when I'm next live here on Twitch. So I'll see you guys over in Ruby's stream. Love you guys. I will see you guys very soon. Love you guys.